Hey everybody, it's Victa. It's not continuing streak here in the Binding of Isaac Victa Afterbirth Plus series. Thank you everybody for the support. And again, apologies about yesterday's out of order video since it did come out very late in the evening. So those of you who missed it, definitely go watch it. But again, as I tweeted out and talked about it, beware because it is a very severe epilepsy warning on that episode. It actually bothered me, and I don't even suffer from seizures. So here's your meme of the day. This one brought to you by someone's name who I am not even going to try to pronounce to make a name. It's Siwfhe. Siwfhe. I don't know how to pronounce that. Yeah, you know, the Backstreet Boys. I don't really fear anything. I wouldn't even fear them, really, but the euphemism that we're using for them, or the analogy, or whatever you want to describe it as, is certainly a little bit sketch. So today is going to be Foxtrot 8 Tango 0 Echo Mike 8-1. Now, you may have noticed that we did indeed pause the like streak counter because obviously, wow, okay. Obviously, because the with the lateness of yesterday's video, there's no way that we were going to be able to hit it's not going to be accurate. Let's put it that way. At the time of this recording, it's already at 4,800 likes, which is unbelievable. By the way, is this like the shortest XL floor ever? I'm really glad that I used Guppy's Paw here. Guppy's Paw prevented us from taking red heart damage. So we can get our deal with the devil. Except, of course, we're not taking deals with the devil, so it doesn't really matter. But I still wanted protection anyway. It's going to be nice to be able to get rid of those red heart containers should we need to do so. The quad shot, of course, is going to give us a quadruple shot, which is going to multiply our damage by... Well, not really multiply our damage. It just multiplies the amount of tiers that we fire. But what I will say is that it's a fantastic tier effect that goes good with basically everything. The only downside to quad shot is that it, of course, gives you an incredible low amount of fire rate. And, yeah, your rate of fire is not going to be feeling too happy after taking it. But you will feel happy because it's quad shot. I always take quad shot. Now, there are some players who actually do not take quad shot, and even going so far as to say that it's kind of bad. And I wouldn't agree with that it's bad, but I can definitely see why you wouldn't want to take it. It's amazing. Like, as long as I don't talk, the cough, like, straight up just goes away, and I have no problems at all. But, like, the second I start talking, it just wants to come back, and I don't really know what I can really do about that. I'm almost completely done with the medication that I got from the clinic a couple weeks ago. That means I would have taken all of my antibiotics and stuff, which is good because it's what you should be doing. And I don't feel terrible anymore, which is good. It's just that the cough just still won't go away, and I can't do anything about it. Wow, I did not expect the champion to go up there. You may have noticed it was a very, very slight amount of time, but you may have noticed that our attack fly, the Revenge Fly, actually did act as sort of like a pseudo-orbital and hit that spider, that champion. Get blank card here. Blank card would be awesome. And we can actually get blank card. Yeah, honestly, I think I'm going to take blank card here. And then I will use less than 3. Just say it's a heart to take the god. I mean, it is a heart, but like it's also less than 3. That is the name of the item. It's less than 3. I realize that I recognize it's supposed to represent a heart, but like I'm just going off the name. Okay, so we get a bomb here for that tinted rock in the above floor. In the above room. Secret room might be there. I'm not sure though. Double soul heart payout. A very, very good start. We just need to get our tiers under control. Definitely need more damage. A nice tier effect would be nice. Of course, blank card is going to allow us to freely copy and reuse a card or a rune over and over again. You got to see me do that earlier yesterday for you all on the Delirium episode, and it's a fantastic item. I mean, what more can you say about blank card? It makes things better, and that's one of the biggest things for me is that I love items that just improve other items. And even though blank card doesn't necessarily improve, like, say, the effectiveness of a card, you can still reuse it over and over again. So going from one use to unlimited uses is an absolute improvement in my opinion. That's a big win in my book. Champion Little Horn, of course, is the orange champion, so you have to worry about the contact damage from the bombs like that right there. In typical Sinvicta fashion, we get hit right at the very end. And it's going to be Krampus. And thank you, everybody, for explaining what a stand is. I'm glad to know that I'm not quite as boomer enough as an internet boomer to not get the Eminem reference. So I got there eventually. Okay. Sinvicta, you took a Devil Deal item, you nerd. I mean, technically I didn't. One of the completely arbitrary stipulations of the Angel Deal week is that I cannot trade HP for a Devil Deal item. I cannot do anything that locks me into a Devil Deal. I can still take Devil Deal items, however. I just cannot trade HP for it and thus give myself a Deal with the Devil precedent until next Monday. So it's going to be a very interesting week. I know a lot of people really enjoy when we do. This is the second time in a row that we've done or not in a row, but this is the second time during the streak that we've done an Angel Deal week, which is a lot of fun. I think, again, pushing myself out of a comfort zone, to a certain extent anyway, is fine. But, like, just throwing all caution to the wind and going reckless abandon into a run is not my idea of a good time, and I don't think it would make for a very good video, because everyone's like, oh, you should play blindfolded, or, oh, you should reverse your controls. It's like, yeah, I mean, that might be fun for you, but it's not fun for me. And if I were to lose the streak to something like that, it would not sit well with me. Like, at all. I'm going to take the 9-volt here. The 9-volt's going to give us a full charge upon acquisition, which obviously we just wasted because we have a full charge already, and we don't have the battery. But more importantly, it's going to increase the amount of charge that we get by 1 technically. So we can use blank card essentially every other room now, which is very good. Every other room. We get Lusty Blood, of course. Lusty Blood is going to increase our damage for every enemy that we defeat in the room, but it only lasts for the room, unlike Bloody Lust, which allows you to have a floor-wide damage buff based on the amount of damage that you take. Now, why they reverse the names but also reverse the effects from Bloody Lust, I will never know. Because Samson's signature item is Bloody Lust, and then they changed it. They changed the effect of what it used to be in Classic Isaac. Okay, so we use the Empress card here just to give us a little bit more damage and movement speed. And with us having a 73% chance with a special spawn here, we know that it's not going to happen, so don't hold your breath is what I'm trying to say. Revengefly, of course, is awesome for extra damage as well. Like I said, it's formulaic. How does he do it? Surely he gets more 73% than he leads on. That says who? what law of probability are you following? You can't take the probability and weigh it against each other every single time. It's got to be individually weighed every single time you roll, so you're not always guaranteed to get Sinvicta. Yeah, but like the point is that we miss 73% rolls more times than we should. You know, collectively we have missed way more 73% rolls than we should. That's what the complaint is. I understand that you can't be like, oh, we always fail these stuff, because, like, you know, yeah, if you're trying to flip a penny, it's going to be weighed on average of every single flip that you do is going to be its own flip. It has no bearing on the other ones. That's the gambler's fallacy. But that being said, I think that it's very fair to say that we have gotten some pretty amazingly bad, terrible luck on 73%ers. And usually the rebuttal of people like that are like, you know, well, you never say anything about the 33% that you get. You know, why don't you go for that instead? I always focus on the negative. It's like, well, we're not expecting to get a devil deal on 33%. So when it happens, like, oh, that's nice. You know, it's unexpected, but I'll take it. But when our expectations are raised and on something that we're supposed to get, that we're assuming that we're going to get based on common logic and probability, and we don't get it, that's when it's more shocking and annoying and, you know, complainy. Doing that just to get down to 5 cents because we might go into the store and buy a soul heart or something like that. Of course, Bob's Curse is going to give us poison bombs, and poison bombs are good. Nothing wrong with that. Of course, it also gives us 5 bombs as soon as we got them. Very happy that we got toothpicks as well, even though it gives Isaac one of the worst faces in the entire game. It still allows us to... It essentially cut our tier delay in half, almost. Not quite. We went from 37 or 35 to 22, but that's still... as you can already tell, that's still a huge turnaround in terms of damage. Really. I originally thought it was going to be here, but then I looked at the layout of these two rooms on the map, and it made more sense to be there, but right there instead. By it, I mean the secret room. World card. I'm actually going to stick with the world card. I like knowing where I'm going. I'm glad that everyone enjoyed the Husky video. Now that almost a day has gone by since that video was aired. You know, the reaction was pretty much positive as to be expected from the mosh pit. And that statement right there kind of touches on, hey, speaking of the Husky run, we got Juicy Sack. It kind of touches on something that people have been wondering about and asking me about. If I think that like there's so much support in the mosh pit, is it bad for you? I think that you can have too much support. Like too much of anything is going to be toxic, right? I mean, that's something that I've said before. I don't expect everything that I do to be just blanket praised and supported. In fact, I don't want that. I would much rather if people don't like something to tell me rather than just be a yes man or a yes woman or a no man or a no woman. Because you're not able to grow if you aren't told, like, if there's a problem with what you're doing, you know. I think it's important to understand that I don't expect everything that I put on the channel to be supported 100%. I don't want pats on the back. I don't want to say, you know, Adam Tiger, you know, good on you, or, you know, whatever, if I don't earn it, you know. I want to make sure that people are happy with the content that comes out. We're already on Caves 2. I don't think that there's any reason for us to take there's really no reason for us to take even more options. Nun's Habit in the long run is going to pay off better for us, especially if we end up getting like a Perthrow rune or something. And while having the options for 2 items in your item rooms, while that is nice, we can only utilize that twice, unless we were able to get a trinket like, say, the Bloody Crown or something that gives us additional item rooms in this run that we wouldn't normally have. It really isn't, the value isn't there. Nun's Habit's always going to be good. Secret room is probably here. Wait, no, we've already been in the secret room. What am I talking about? What are you talking about? Lots of mushrooms in here. Definitely going to use our golden bombs at will to see if we can get ourselves some magic mush. So Juicy Sack is leaving that trail of white creep behind us, and anytime anything crosses that creep, it's going to get slowed by a whole lot. And Juicy Sack is an excellent counter to any enemy that charges you that's on the ground. So like Dingle, Larry Jr., Chubb, anything like that, Chad, they all get completely destroyed and basically stopped literally dead in their tracks by Juicy Sack. The Rag Mega, just try to get the balls going on the same side before you really start your circle strats. And basically just do that. Shot speed I will take here. We do get our Angel deal finally. And we're going to take Crown of Light. Oh my Gertie. Our damage just got kind of bonkers. Unless we take a hit of damage, which we just did. The Crown of Light is going to stay active as long as we don't take damage in the room. and it will essentially double our damage. Why is Uriel still alive? Or Gabriel still alive? We took way more damage than we were supposed to in there. Okay, not going to bother with that. There's a mini boss over here, which is good because that tells me that our shop is free. I don't mind getting a lot of shot speed when we have quad shot. The faster that our tiers can travel from our eyes to our target, the better. Some people tend to overlook shot speed as an important stat, and I can see why they would do that, but take it from me, someone who actually like plays the game probably more than you should. Shot speed's important. It's not the. I'm not going to try to argue that it's the most important stat. There's far greater stats that are more important.
Rules card.
But for certain tier effects, especially for certain builds, shot speed is absolutely imperative. Even if you have like decent tier effects, but you have terrible range, shot speed can more than make up for that. It's a compensatory stat, is what I like to call it. So if you're lacking in one stat, it can give you the illusion or make up the difference or compensate for the lack of other stats. So it picks up the slack, in other words. I'll probably just skip this room. There's no reason for us to even try. This room is going to be annoying. Plus, we don't need a full charge. There's like not enough room in here to drop anything important. We don't really care about skipping it. I am happy that at least we got our first ever Angel deal for Angel Week. Well, no, that's not true. I think we got Holy Mantle yesterday in the Delirium run. If you're wondering why Crown of Light's not active right now, it's because we actually are not at full HP. So I'm going to try to fill up the HP or get rid of the red hearts some way, outside of getting a devil deal, of course, because that's not allowed. I could use a bomb for a half heart, which is a huge waste of resources, but now I'm just like challenging myself. There we go. Now Crown of Light's active. There we go. You see our tiers are now diamond shaped, and that is an indication that you are receiving double damage. And we get the 2 of diamonds. Big time play, coach. So unfortunately we don't have restock, but that's okay. Oh man, crystal ball. Now this is torture here. I do like me some crystal ball. I could buy the school bag. I mean, I could just take both of them. I guess that's just the easiest thing to do. Yeah, we'll just take both. I know that yesterday, and people love to make fun of me for saying that I hate micro, but then like he plays Isaac. I mean, Isaac doesn't require a whole lot of micro. When I say micro, I mean I'm talking about like swapping between the 2 spacebar items and also trying to coordinate that alongside with the card. Like in this scenario, if we were to pick up a second card, that's when I start really hating school bag. There's nothing wrong with school bag. It's an excellent idea for an item, and I actually didn't even know. You wouldn't think that Isaac would have the functionality to give a player 2 spacebar items. It's annoying to use whenever you're trying. Especially if you have blank card. If you're trying to line up the blank card spawn with whatever rune or card that you're holding, that's when it becomes annoying. That was the whole point that I was trying to make. Once again, we get Gish, and he is certainly a boss that exists in the Binding of Isaac. We get another angel deal, and we get Miter for Scapular. Also kind of salty that Demon Fire shot so quickly. Or Holy Fire, I should say. I think you got to go Miter here. I like Scapular a whole lot, but I think Miter is just overall better. Okay, swap to the crystal ball so we get mapping. Chariot card could give us some more money. Yeah, let's just use it now. Theoretically, it was supposed to give us more money, but
Here, look, next time, loser. And of course, by better luck, I don't mean any luck. Nerd.
Diamonds.
I will go into the cursed room because there's no reason not to. Now you may notice here, oh man, you may notice here that we're gaining charges on both items despite us not having the crystal ball as our active spacebar item. In the background, if we take damage, thanks to Nun's Habit, it will charge both spacebar items simultaneously, which is a very, very nice little synergy. So we will probably come back and get Guppy's head, maybe, instead of Blank Card. I just like Blank Card too much, though. The common criticism with Blank Card is that it does make runs too samey, especially if you're just primarily sticking with breaking the game. Then I can definitely see it, but I think that Blank Card offers you a bunch of unique opportunities as well. Taking the wide path on that. Yeah, we'll take 9 lives. Oh, we got oh yeah, that's right. We started with Guppy's paw. It didn't even register to me. Yeah, we're not taking Tiny Planet again. Very happy to see Greed in here because again, that confirms that we will have a non-greed fight inside of our shop, inside of our store, shop, whatever. I don't know why I stammered there for a second and thought I was gonna like shop was the wrong word. It is the shop. Our battery is good. Unfortunately, we do not have restock, so this is where Blank Card ends. But we can deposit some money, hopefully a lot. Not really a lot. More questions. People were wondering how do I donate faster and faster like that? That is from well, let's get out of Boss Rush first. I just now realized that we still have a chance to make Boss Rush. But that's from one, I think it's from Afterbirth Plus, actually, you gain that benefit. Being able to deposit really, really fast. No deal with the Angel, no surprise there. No big deal. Holy Mantle. Toxic Shock, Parasitoid, or Death's Touch. We gotta go Death's Touch. I hate not having Holy Mantle there, but Death's Touch is just too good. I want more damage, especially considering that we have the Crown of Light. Now, we have a Demon Judgment here. Again, this is not going to lock us into a Devil Deal, so we are perfectly permitted at playing a Demon Judgment and getting a Devil Deal item. Okay, so let's go heal up our red heart real quick. We activate Crown of Light again. If I say Crown of Power, I mean Crown of Light, by the way. I know that I flip-flop always, but that's just caster mishaps. And we will head on down in what's turning into a very, very powerful run. Curse the Unknown, no big deal. We could try to use the Stars card to teleport there, but I think with our damage and the fact that we're Guppy, I mean, we're just going to carve through everything. Let's risk it. All right, that was literally the worst possible spot we could have gone. We could not have gone further from where our destination is if we had tried. So thank you Stars card. Thank you RNG. You want to try that again?
The stars.
Hey, you can't blame a guy for trying, right? So many full charges here. Chariot card wouldn't be terrible, but again, we don't really need it. Yeah, this is where car battery really starts to shine here for the crystal ball. Judgment card.
Judgment.
Okay, so because we have this and this chariot card, this gives us hope that we can actually get a Devil Deal item here. We got Guppy without getting a Devil Deal, by the way. I want to point that out in case if someone's like, so is nobody going to talk about the fact you got Guppy without a Devil Deal? Oh no, we got it. We got it, dog. We got it. Your Seeking Room should be right here. And so I'm going to use the Chariot card. And we should get, I think, double payouts from the Chariot card. So it's going to have double duration since we're using it twice, maybe. Could be wrong about that, though. Let's find out.
The chariot.
Yeah, so it's lasting double the duration here. We get some Victor robes, and we get Contract from Below as well. Some pretty huge upgrades there for us for damage-wise. And you just see how much damage potential you get because you have Crown of Light. No, I want my Stars card back. There we go. There we go. Yeah, this has been a solid run, man. It's been really, really good. You gotta love. I mean, Quad Shot's just so good. There are almost no reasons that I can think of, logical reasons, to not take Quad Shot every time you see it. The only time I would say that it's not wise is if you have Ipecac and no explosion immunity or something like that. But other than that very niche instance, there's really no good excuse to not take Quad Shot. For me anyway. I'm not saying that as a blanket statement. I'm saying for me personally, I can't think of a really good one. Don't need the prayer card. One more room clear, and we can get the crystal ball to proc, and we can see what our map's looking like here. The Guppy transformation, by the way, turns us into a flying cat named Guppy, and Guppy features the mulligan, which is the main reason why people love him. That is kind of a cute cat. All right, look, Stars card. I'm going to be honest with you. That's 2 uses now that you've taken us in the complete opposite direction at the furthest possible point in the map. I don't really appreciate it, if I'm honest. So if you could, like, just hook us up fat and just not do this again, that'd be real cool. Because you're 0 for 2 right now, buddy. And if I find another Stars card, feel free to find yourself be yeeted. There you go. By the way, if you don't know what's going on, I'm using the Stars card to randomly teleport. Since there's no item rooms that exist on the map, if that happens, then instead of you getting taken to an item room, obviously since they don't exist, the Stars card, or like something like, say, the Hermit card, for example, if there's no shop on the floor, it will take you to a random room. It can be any room, including the Aymara room. It is possible, but it's very rare, but it is possible. I'm actually going to teleport out of here because I don't want to lose any HP. Hey, look at that. Yeah, that's all we're looking for. We're just looking for a big-time player to make a big-time play. It didn't happen often. All you got to do to make me happy. Just as long as you're trying, that's all I care about. No old Hushy today. Well... Alright, let's go say hi to old Hushy. Even though we shouldn't be, but let's do it anyway. And Curse the Blind. How did I know that was going to happen? This is what I get for being nice. That's what I get for being nice, I guess. I am not doing this fight without Crown of Light. Try that again. So Lump of Coal and Quad Shot are just tearing through Blue Baby right now. You see here with a range of 33, we were able to hit from a very, very long way away. We're actually not doing that bad damage to Hush. The longer that we can hold on to Crown of Light, the better, obviously. And no, you can't. Unfortunately, you cannot reactivate Crown of Light. It's kind of, think of it sort of like a damaged Holy Mantle. Once it's dispelled, you can't undispel it. You have to actually physically leave the room that you're in order for it to recharge. So if we can get Hush down to at least 50% while still having Crown of Light, that's great. Obviously, ideally, I would love to do this just without ever taking damage, but, you know, given our movement speed's not that great, and our damage is also not, like, world-breaking, it's a good prediction to say that we're going to probably take at least one hit in here. We're going to try not to, though, because I really, really want to hold on the Crown of Light. Did he fire vertically twice there? That's very weird. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Hush, old Hush is starting to lose a little bit. Old Hush is getting old. Again, just find the bends and the waves of the continuum shots. That's all I gotta do. They will never hit you. Trying to get close so I can get the flies going. My least favorite part of the fight. It's those like alternating like sweeping back and forth tiers that do me in on this part. But we got Hush to about maybe 10% before we finally took damage. I'm happy with that. I just crash all the flies into him. And down goes old Hush. Yeah. Old Hushy. Get a choker card. You know what? Sure. I wish. Actually, you know, we can still play the Demon Judgment. Hang on a second. We can still play that Demon Judgment. We just can't take Maw of the Void. I would love to take Maw of the Void, but we cannot. And we can go as hard as we want here. We have basically unlimited HP here thanks to our battery and Crystal Ball. I will take Caffeine Pill. Gives us movement speed. Exactly what we kind of needed anyway. Get back some of that HP we lost. We still need to repopulate our HP with red hearts so we can get back our Crown of Light. But even if we don't, I mean, our unbuffed damage is like 9 something right now. Unbuffed outside of Lusty Blood, of course. Somehow we have a 69.06% chance for an Angel deal. I don't know how that works out, but I think maybe the crystal. I think the cathedral has something to do with that, but again, don't quote me on that. I actually have no clue. Strength card doesn't really matter. The moon card here, sure, why not? We're just looking for a red heart so we can get back our Crown of Light. That's all I care about, game. That's all I'm looking for. We can't use the strength card for doing that, unfortunately. A random soul heart from Judgment, that's fine too. And the biggest question that people were asking about yesterday's Husky video was, are we going to do another one? It's totally up to him. It was his idea to do one in the first place. He approached me with the idea. I said yes, and then and then away we went. But if he wants to do more, it seems like the majority of people were really digging the collab video from yesterday, and I would love to do more. I'm not against doing collabs with people, especially with friends. It's just that it's hard to turn Isaac into something like that, you know. But I was encouraged by the fact that the Discord streaming looked pretty good. I mean, you probably wouldn't be able to tell from the naked eye, if I didn't tell you that that was Discord that I was capturing, you would have probably thought that I was playing the game at roughly, like, 720 or something like that. Whatever the resolution ended up being that we captured at. Went back to get the Joker card just in case. No delirium today. That for sure is not happening. We would have to get something incredible in the chest for me to do that. Get the mulligan. All right. I'm gonna get one more full charge on our crystal Badu. Crystal Badu. Joker card. The mind. For those of you who didn't believe me that you can get angel deals from Joker cards, there you go. In case if you were ever doubting poor old Invicta. All my life been poor, but it really don't matter no more. We're really hoping that we get our red heart here game. But yeah, I appreciate all the soul hearts and stuff. And of course, it is ironic that as soon as we are looking for the opposite, we get the complete opposite. I wonder if taking Isaac's heart, does taking Isaac's heart count as full HP for Isaac? Probably not. If we take Isaac's heart, will Crown of Light think that we're at full HP? In other words, that's what I was trying to get at. I said it in a weird way, I know. There's only one way to find out for science. Well, once we're done beating Mega Stan, I will use the Joker card, and we'll test it out. All right, Stan, what you got? It's still, for some reason, I don't know if it's just an optical illusion from quad shot, but it just feels like we're moving so slow. I don't know why. I mean, like our physical movement speed, not the pace of this run. This run's been really, really, really quick. It's been a phenomenal run, and honestly, I appreciate that game. I'll take a birthday gift after the couple near misses that we had last week. Down goes Mega Stan. Didn't even get a hit on us. Happy about that. No delirium portal, so I can't find out about Isaac's heart, but who really cares? It's Isaac's heart. Thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. If you didn't, click the dislike button. Thank you sincerely for all the support. It's been amazing. I hope that you all consider doing it and continuing to do it for this video and beyond. Welcome all new subscribers here. We just passed 159,000 subs, which is also incredible. And as always, I will see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody.